be a hit.
Once again, I'm just chillin' with my friends. Why so many people put 20 on 10 and for what? Ain't nobody breaking any laws. You can talk to me with respect and put down your billy clubs. Ain't no blood. Why everybody hating on us? Cause we different in this world and we standing up tall and we never gon' fall like them twin towers. I know this ain't New York, but it's just a metaphor.
Alright. Hey everybody, what's up? I am your host, Dr. G, and you are now in the North Bay Uprising here on Ozcat Radio, 89.5 FM. News, music, culture, and information for all you, with many special guests for this hour between 12 and 1 o'clock. North Bay Uprising News has been discussing the course of events with the incident around Guy Jarreau Jr., a young man from Napa Valley College who worked with the homeless folks and did other good things for the community. He was unjustifiably brought down under the actions of the Vallejo Police Department. We had a special guest a couple of weeks ago, Josh, one of his best friends, a brother of Guy Jarreau Jr. He was in the studio and promised to come back, and he is back in the project, as well as the memorial service here on March 11th for their good man, Guy Jarreau Jr., who passed away in early December of 2010. And they're going to talk to you more about that. And we have a family member of Guy Jarreau also in the studio. But for now, I'm going to play for you a couple of songs, and I'll introduce you, the listener, to Joshua and Marty Jr.
On March 11th is the march itself. The March for Justice for the wrongful death of Guy Jarreau Jr.
I'm John Burris, civil rights lawyer representing the family of Guy Jarreau. Well, I would encourage everyone to come out to the March 11th march from where we're honoring Guy Jarreau. It's very important that there's community support. When you have community support, you can cause action to occur. If you don't organize and be involved, then the police can easily sweep this case under the rug. And so for me, it's important, very much like we have in the Oscar Grant case, community support. People come out, say what they have to say. It puts a lot of pressure on the community leaders as well as the police agency. And that's the best way to get to the bottom of things, is to have community support. So I'm encouraging everyone to come out and show their support. And the community owes it to him, his memory, and to other young men where this could happen to speak out and be courageous and step up and let themselves be seen.
The time for the march is 3 o'clock, but we're asking everyone to get there early as possible, around 2, so that we can form ourselves in unity. To march for my baby, you have to stand tall for him. Fight with me, fight with us. Stand tall, not just for my son, but for all the sons and daughters and loved ones out there, because it has to stop. Because you have a gun and a badge does not make you right. When you figure it out, come back talk.
He fought for his life, and they just ignored him the whole time. He must have been there 35, 40 minutes before he got any assistance. Then it took him quite a while before the ambulance took him. That could have been travel time to save his life. And instead, they sat there and discussed the guilt and how they were going to cover this up. Because I saw the panic in the officers' faces, and I saw the police officer that shot him. Within bird's eye view of this whole location here, I saw the whole thing. He had no gun on him. He had a cup of ice on him. A cup of ice, a green cup. And water is spilled everywhere. I didn't see any sign of any gun or put the weapon down or anything. He said stop.
I saw that.
After they shot him, he tried getting up, kicked him, and they wouldn't let him move. They kicked him around a little to
They
make
kicked
sure.
him up. They what? They did what?
They
They
kicked him
kicked him.
around, trying to look for weapons or anything. So you know, I don't know what story. I don't know the young man's name or anything, my heart goes out to him and you, ma'am.
His name is Guy Jarreau Jr.
Let's go.
Please say it. Please say it.
I will, ma'am.
Say it. Just say it.
I will.
Let them say it. Let them say it, please. Let them say it. Let them say what they did to my baby. Let them.
It just shows what kind of man he is, that his friends and family are doing memorial events every month on the 11th.
On Sonoma, in what they call an alley, where this unfortunate mistake happened to you. If you're attending any functions of Guy Jarreau Jr., I, as his mother, am saying to you, do not come with negativeness in your heart. Do not come with any type of violence. Guy did not live his life this way. This was a peaceful young man.
Guy Jarreau was a wonderful young man. He should not be dead.
How do we go from a young man fighting against crime to his mama having a 10-pound box and being told that's the remains of a child? Guy left New Orleans, Louisiana, a young man, so that this very thing would not happen to him. And I want, in the words of Guy Jarreau Jr., always remember God first.
The memorial and march is this month, March 11th, 3 p.m. at 2118 Sonoma Boulevard. And then we're going to do a second interview with Guy Jarreau's friends and brothers. Studio with me is Joshua, and we got Marty Jr. These are two brothers, good friends of Guy Jarreau Jr., the man whom we were just hearing about from his mother here in the studio. And we're now going to talk a little bit about their music project. So, hey, introduce yourselves.
My name is Joshua, Marty Jr.
Now tell me a little bit about who you guys are. How would you describe yourselves as musicians?
I'm a rapper and a singer. A musician I like to relate with my listeners, fans, family, anybody who likes my songs, you know what I mean? They can relate to them because what I do is I like to speak the truth through my music.
Joshua, is that about right?
Man, basically he said the whole thing. Basically, I just speak on, you know, what happens, what's going on. I don't really fantasize about anything, and you know.
Now, Guy Jarreau Jr. was a street soldier, and that is a good thing. That means he was a man against violence on the streets. Two of you were his brothers, basically. Tell me, how do y'all work against street violence through your music?
Is man, try to be positive. Try to be most positive, and try to just, you know, man, try to put God first. Try to put, you know what I mean, a lot of people are evil in the rap game, so I just try to be the opposite what the industry already is. So if you be different and always do the right thing, you're always gonna get good results.
That's right. Positivity in your music is a key. JR, tell me a little bit about your background as a Vallejoan.
I grew up in Vallejo. I moved out here from Washington. That's where I was born. But I've probably been out here since I was 2 years old, a baby. Lived with my grandparents, my mom. I actually come from a house with mixed cultures. I have stepbrothers and sisters that are African American. My mom has been married to my stepfather for more than 10 years. So I know how it is. I know the diversity. I've been in situations where we've been looked upon as foster kids, or, you know, people look at us and be like, whoa, well, why is, you know, so many different colors? But and then that's what taught me how to you know, how to look at the world differently, and not judge everybody based on how they look, and to know how to get over certain things people say about you.
Also gives you the belief when you're part of a family of only one race, be it Hispanic gang, white gang, or black gang, they teach you racism too. I feel that, I see that.
Yeah, that's true.
That is true.
I got something to comment on that. From me being a person that was out there, like on the street and doing as I was doing, it's a brainwash. You know, we're brainwashed. What the media. I mean, why do you think rappers in the '80s it was positive, and then it got flipped over? Now it's all negative. Like the people on top. I don't want to say white people, but I'm gonna say the system. Put the money in. Excuse me, bro. To the media to brainwash us more like monkeys. Like put $1,000 million on, like for example Tupac, so he could brainwash everybody else. So put it for this song. Don't put it on Brenda's Got a Baby. You know what I mean? Don't put it on songs that like really meaningful down to earth. Let's put them on the negativity, and then what's happening to people who regular people, we out here and we're being brainwashed. So that's why we act the way we act. So
It's false consciousness.
Their false consciousness. And if you grew up in Vallejo, you can't be racist, but you can join groups that teach you how to be racist, that brainwashing. I want to say thank you to Josh also, because you actually were the music at a student power event yesterday. Student power against the budget cuts that are getting rid of the higher educational opportunities for poor folks and people of color. And Josh, would you quickly want to say how you feel about community empowerment and student power and that kind of stuff?
So if I can get everybody like up in the front and acting like we are like a real unity, like I don't want people to act like they're not a part of this event. I asked the cameras right here, so we're gonna act like right here. We want everybody up front. Don't be shy and smile. Then the camera, we're gonna all look at the camera. The camera's right here, but so everybody come up, like everybody come like on the stage and look this way. We got it. Let me turn it around.
Everybody scream, get excited.
Okay, we can do it this way too.
I feel that community power and that whole situation from yesterday, I feel if we got more minorities, multicultural coming together, how much more powerful we can be.